All right, if they say that April showers bring May flowers, this is going to be a very flowerful May. Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel for today's Shop My Stash, the spring edit. I am here to hang out with you for a couple minutes during this very dreary, very rainy day to just kind of say hi, and I hope that you are having a great start to spring. I wanted to put this video up right now as we are going into the week of the Sephora spring savings event. I think that's what they're calling it now, because I think something like this really is a great way to really take note of what you already have in your collection, appreciate what you have, and sort of be honest with yourself on what things you may need and may not need to purchase. If you're not new around these parts, you will know that I have really been trying to enjoy the makeup that I have, organize my makeup life, declutter a bit, and really just get to a point where I can really enjoy all of the beautiful things that I'm so lucky to have. And I find that these Shop My Stash times really help me with that. It helps me, you know, kind of narrow down the overwhelm and really focus on a few products at a time. Of course, I go digging through my drawers at times to find, you know, something to sort of shake it up a little bit, but it is really nice to have a few things out on my vanity ready to go, especially on days like today when I just wanted really quick errand running makeup to then get caught in the rain, which is where we got this look. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I'm excited to share with you today's Shop My Stash. I was talking to someone, it might have been on Instagram in my DMs about, or maybe it was on another video's comments, but just about like some of the long time loves that we have that we maybe have been overlooking recently. And that was really what I wanted to pull out for this season, was to really focus on a few things that I've had for quite a while and really wanted to get some use from. There are a few bits and baubles that are newer, but most of this is like good old classics from my collection. So I hope that you enjoy this. And like I said, I thought this is just a good way to sort of balance out the like spring sales season. Not just Sephora, brands are doing it, everybody's doing it, and it can be very easy to get caught up in the excitement of it all. You know, I love a good deal and I definitely get drawn in. I do also like to do a dive into the value of things. So I did earlier this week, I think you will see, earlier this week I put up a sort of deep dive into the Sephora favorite sets, because I know that that's one thing that draws a lot of people in during the sale season. So if you want to see that video, you can go ahead and check that out. But I thought that this video on the tail of that would be a good way to kind of balance the scales of like something old and something new, right? All right, now that I have said that, we are going to dive in. I do just want to say for anyone that's watching this, my videos for the next couple of weeks will help. I'm hoping to get out one a week while we're gone on vacation, because it's been very, very busy. And so I'm trying to have a little bit of content up for you, but we'll be lucky to get one a week while I'm gone. So I'm probably going to come back a very different shade from getting to be in the sun. So some of these spring picks will be interesting, but I filmed this video a couple weeks ago, so I have been using some of the things in the Shop My Stash, including some of the ones that are on my face today, and I have really been enjoying them. A couple I'm like, I don't think I need this in my life anymore, but a couple I'm like, yes, I'm so glad that I have this. Okay, without further ado now, I keep saying that. Let's go ahead and dive in. I hope you enjoy. So per usual, we're gonna start out with what I'm keeping in my stack here. There's a few things that I'm keeping here just because I never got around to using them this season anyway. I've used these before, but the Lisa Eldridge Velveteen, which one is this? This is Dragon. I just want to keep it out to use at least once this spring. Honestly, I mean, I'll probably end up using it more into the summer, but we'll see. I also want to keep out this Haus Laboratories. This was, of course, before the rebrand. Okay, this one is so popular. At least that's what I think it says. I also always have one of the Haus Labs lip oils in here just to grab and go with really quick. This Nars little lip pencil is in my project use up, so we're gonna do that. I have this little YSL mini lipstick just because this color is so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this. Let's see if I can, there we go, look at that. That's a beautiful spring color. I'm not even gonna take the time to figure out which shade that is. And then I have this little sample size of one of the Rose Ink lips. This is from a duo that I picked up. This is Enigmatic, so haven't used it yet, so I'm gonna pop it in here. I'm excited to pull out some spring lip shades to add in here. So then I have the Bite Beauty Changemaker foundation. I really need to use that. I have this little Yummy Skin serum sample. I'm really enjoying that, so I want to use that. My eyeliner that I have in my Project Use Up, the waterline liner. Sorry, it's probably kind of loud. And then I have some lip pencils in here already. So I pulled out the Charlotte Tilbury that's in my Use Up. We have here Contour from Pat McGrath and the good old Taupe from NYX. And then these three I have been wanting to use more. My friend Liz got these for a present for me. These are obviously the Makeup Forever Artist Pencils. Really excited to use these more. I think I've only used each of these once, so I want to get more use out of those. And then the Huda Beauty sample that I got in that Sephora Favorites kit this last season. Then down here, we have the Salt New York Sneaky Balm that is in my Project Use Up. Also the Hourglass Ambient Powder in my Project Use Up. And then the Lifetime Supply of Tom Ford Bronzer. That's not in my Project Use Up because I will probably never, ever use that up. So that is pretty much it. Oh, over here, let's go through the eyeshadow palettes that I have out. I have the Danessa Myricks. This I actually pulled out last season and just didn't use it enough. The Lightwork Volume 3. You know, I would pull this out and I was always like, I just don't want to take the time to futz with pulling something else out to use with this, because honestly, I need something else, like some mattes, something to go with this. Oh, look at that chaos. This is all the stuff that was in my project pan before, and I'm keeping it out on my vanity for now so that I don't pull something back out that I just had last season, because my memory is that bad that I probably would forget. Anyway, I'm going to keep this one out to use more this season. This is such an underutilized palette in my collection, so I really need to get some use. Aside from Danessa, I of course have the new Nomad Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette that was sent in PR, the Lovers on the Sun palette from Terra Moons that I recently purchased. This is my I Need a Dupe palette, my revised one. So it obviously started out as all Sydney Gray shades, and then I have a couple extras in there. And then I have a couple of my BYOPs in here. This is the Fuzzy Peach and the Positive Energy palettes. These are just both so great for springtime. Let me see if I can open these up. Sorry, it's always so hard one-handed. So here is my Fuzzy Peach. I don't know that it's true to color right now. Just with my phone. And then this one is my Positive Energy. So I will make sure to have both of those videos linked down below if you want to know more details on the shades. I will set these back here. So now that you got to see the chaos that is here, let's go ahead and pick out things new for this season so that I can put all of these away. We might as well start with the most embarrassing thing. Well, I don't know if this is going to be the most embarrassing thing. Okay, so first of all, I need to pull out this Delium Tools brush. Might as well use that. This is my, I don't know why, but I house all of my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. Carnival pencil, the lid came off in my purse and then it got all over this lipstick. So at some point I should take the time to wipe that off. But anyway, I house all my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks here and then other random chaos. So, ooh, the lip cream. Let's grab this one out. This is the shade Dusty Rose. I need to get more use out of this, so I'm gonna pull that out. So what else is in here? Ooh, yeah, this shade. I mean, this is definitely probably going to be a good one for summer too, but this Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade Capricious. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that one out. I do like a good bright lip moment in the springtime and the summertime. All the time, basically. Also, did I use this? I think I maybe used this once. Again, my friend Liz sent this over. She tried the eyelights from RMS and wasn't super impressed, so sent this to me. Honestly, I think I liked it, but I need to use it a little bit more. And then I saw this in here. This is an S Clean lipstick from Sephora. I feel like maybe they don't make these anymore. Let's take a look at the shade here. Ooh, that's a light shade. Okay, I should probably try to use this one now. I should probably just use it and see if it even works for me. It would be a good one to pair with some of those Makeup Forever lip liners. I see another Sephora lip product in here that maybe I should pull out. I loved these. And then right after I found them, they discontinued them. These are the little tinted lip balms that they had. This is the shade Fuchsia. I'll go ahead and do some swatching of all of the products. That's not in focus, but trust me, it's Fuchsia. And by the way, I will do some swatching of all the things that I'm picking out at the end of each category. And honestly, since most of this chaos in here has been lips, we might as well just finish the lips. So let's pull out one Lisa Eldridge shade to highlight this season. I'm sort of tempted. You know what? Sunday Matinee, I'm actually going to pull two. So this is my newest one that I purchased. Let's pull out Sunday Matinee, and then I saw Rose Official over here, so A, I can clean her off, and B, I can wear her this season. This is probably spilled coffee. I should probably clean that too. Just keeping it real with all of you. Let's go ahead and get in here. Oh, what do I have in these MAC lipsticks? I just never wear my MAC anymore, so maybe it's time to pull one out. You know, I said that I was going to focus on things that I've had for a while and want to remember, like the good old days, if you will. So let's go ahead and see which one might work. Okay, so I have two here. This is Naked Proof, and then this one is Only You. So this was the Ellie Goulding collection. Did I just say Goulding? Ellie Goulding. So obviously this one's a bit more pink. I'm going to pull both of these out, and then whichever one is different from that Sephora nude that I picked out, we'll go ahead with whichever one is, you know, the most different, because I don't want shades that seem very similar. Okay, so what else do I have in here? I want to pull out some classics. There's so many pretty ones, but I'm really trying to focus on some things that I've had for quite a while. You know what? I definitely should pull out one of these Almay, because I don't think that they make these anymore. Let's see. We've got a pink and a peach. Let's go ahead and go for the pinker one. What were these called? So these are the Smart Shade Butters from Almay. I've had these for a while, and I don't even know if they make them anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't anymore. So I have, let's see, what does it say? Berry Light Medium and Nude Light. So let's go for the pink one, because I feel like that is just, I don't know, there's something about something nice and fresh and pink in the springtime that makes me happy. So what else should I grab here? Okay, I just saw this one here, and I know I said that I'm going for things that I've had for a while, but I have yet to wear this. My friend Natalia sent this to me. This is the Rare Beauty in the shade Humble. So we might as well give her a try. Okay, let's move over. I gotta move these little Sunbum SPF balms. I'll definitely be taking one of those on our cruise. I should pull out one of these for sure, because I can't remember the last time I grabbed one of these. What is this? This is the shade Heart On. Nice and bright. And what else do we have in here? Okay, this is probably going to be embarrassing, but I am going to pull out some of these Bitten Stains to use. The packaging has changed color, so it is very deceiving, but this shade right here looks like a beautiful shade, although it looks like it might be similar to this. We'll have to do some swatching. You know, when your packaging looks like this, it's probably time to let it go, but maybe this is going to be the send-off episode, the Shop My Stash send-off. We'll try some of these that I've had for a long time, and, you know, if the formula seems wonky at all, or if it's just not something that I need in my collection, it's a good time to say goodbye. And I am due for a declutter of my lip products, clearly, as I'm having to, like, shove stuff aside to really even be able to shop through all of this. Okay, ooh, this is pretty. Oh, I haven't tried this in a while. Okay, you know what? I definitely need to pull out some of these ColourPop liquid lips. I loved the formula of the satin ones, but honestly, at this point, I don't even know if all of these are satin. What is this shade? This is the shade Brooklyn. I have a feeling I'm going to try that one on, and I'm going to be like, ew, it's so white-based. We'll have to see. We're going to pull that one out. My goodness. This will just really depend on swatching. I feel like these are in colors that are very similar to what I've already pulled out to use. Should we pull this one out? This is Canoodle. Ooh, I feel like this is an old school classic one. Okay, pulling that one out. We're doing it. All right, if we are pulling out classics, I absolutely have to pull out a Buxom lip polish. The only thing is we need to pull out something that is not like pinky or mauvey. So I'm seeing this one here. This will be really pretty. This is the shade, let's flip it over, Sandy. This is Sandy. So Sandy, you receive a rose. And what is this one? This is Trixie. I'm going to swatch these and see which one is going to be featured this season, as I'm like turning around and looking for more options. This is ridiculous. Oh, as I'm seeing a City Lips here, you all know that I absolutely love my City Lips plumping glosses, which is probably a reason that I don't need to put one in my Shop My Stash, because I grab for them all the time. I might just like pull one out to set out in that area, but I really don't need to do it, because I know I will think of them and grab for them. All right, I think that's a good place to start. Let's get to swatching. Okay, so starting at my wrist, we have that Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. Look how pretty that is. It's going to be a beautiful, you know, kind of that like pinky red, I guess I would say. The next one to that is that Just Bitten Kissable Stain. Love that shade. And then next to that is that Heart On from ColourPop. Oh my gosh, what a pretty shade. It's probably gonna make my teeth look a little yellow, I have a feeling. And next to that is Brooklyn. I think that's the shade. Oh shoot, I don't remember. But those next two are the two ColourPop Ultra Satin lips. So I'm gonna keep both of these out. I'm probably going to use each of them at least once just to see if they're any good anymore. They smell okay. And then also just how I feel about the formula. The next two are the Buxom lip polishes. I think I will take the more pinky of the two to use just because that's a little bit more springy to me, although it would maybe be nice to have a peachy shade. Heck, why don't I just keep them both out? But that last one is that lip cream from Sigma. I'm just like, am I going to use something that like nude this spring? But maybe if I've got like a punchy bit of color on the eyes or something, so it might be good to have one of those out. We'll see as we get into the lipsticks, because I do feel like those lip creams are really opaque in color. So I am going to try to get these off and we will swatch the bullet lipsticks. Okay, this is another one of those times that I'm hoping that my true lipstick lovers, you know, makeup aficionados will appreciate that these are similar but different. So let's see. From the end, we have those two MAC lip colors. They're both so pretty, but I feel like the one second in, which was nude something, that's just going to be more unique compared to the rest of these shades. You know, I don't really have like a warm peachy nude yet, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out. Then we have that Rare Beauty shade. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, by the way, I'm going for my fingers this time. You know, just changing it up on you. That Rare Beauty shade looks really nice and pigmented, very smooth. So we're definitely going to use that one. And next to that is that S Clean lipstick from Sephora. And then next to that, can you believe that? Like the balm is actually more pigmented than the lipstick, but I like both of them. They look like they're going to be really friendly for lips that are still dry from winter weather. And then the Almay Berry Lip Balm, I like the sheen that has. And then next to that, we have, which one is that? That is Rose Official. And then next to that is Sunday Matinee. So I think that these are really pretty spring picks. I mean, honestly, these could be used all year round, but ones that I'm really going to be excited to use and enjoy this season. And like I said, with all of these, I'll check out the formulas, see how they're feeling. It'll be really good to be going into a season of a lipstick declutter, which all of my lip products I need to do declutter soon. It will probably be coming in May at some point, so this will be a good way to use some of these to see how I like them. I honestly did not want to subject everybody to me rustling around through here. Oops, as I lose one. I did go ahead and pick out 3 lip liners to add to my collection, which is probably more than I really need, but I have Lisa Eldridge in the shade Muse. We have MAC Whirl Pencil and then Bite Beauty in 010. So let me swatch these out so you can see these. I figured that these will be good in combination with what I already have up in that drawer. Okay, so from top to bottom, we have Lisa Eldridge Enhance and Define Lip Pencil in Muse, and then we have the MAC Whirl, and then we have that Bite Beauty pencil. So I think that these will be good. You've got a warm neutral, a more, I mean, Whirl almost looks like contoury, and then we have a cool pinky toned. So I think that these will be great in combination. I might end up pulling out something bright to use with those bright colors that I had, but most of the ones that I pulled out that were bright are very sheer, so I think will be good. Ooh, hold on. I just found this Haus Laboratories original lip pencil. I do really like these. This is the shade Carve, and I thought that it would go really well with that heart on. And then if I just wanted to make anything, you know, extra bright, it would be good to have in addition to these. Okay, let's go through this, and please enjoy the rest of the chaos on my vanity, but it's just real. So I want to pull out some of these Oden's eyeliners because I really need to decide if I want to keep these. I remember these not lasting in the waterline at all, so I should probably try them on, you know, like the lower lash line, something to see. So I'm gonna pull this one out because I think it is a good spring color. I should probably pull out a ColourPop as well, but let me see what I've got here. I know that this piggy bank, I really like this. It does stain though, but let's see, this orange one might be fun to pull out. What else do we have in here? This is Solmon. Okay, we'll pull that one out, a nice green. Let's see, I saw this. This Victoria Beckham I haven't used in a while, and I think this could be really pretty to use. This is, of course, the shade Copper. I I'm also gonna pull this one in. This is the shade Glitter Rock, and I feel like, let me get the cap off here. I feel like this is just sort of an odd eyeliner shade. Let me swatch these out and we can see them comparatively, because this is one that I'm like, do I even need this one anymore? Okay, here they are. That Glitter Rock shade is actually pretty. The only thing is it's kind of translucent, and I feel like, I don't know, when it's not in the light, it looks, you know, kind of like a dusky gray, but then you get that beautiful, I mean, really, that's almost a duochrome. The other one that I added is this Haus Labs. Boy, this feels so dry. I need to try this out. I'm going to try it in the waterline, try it on the skin. This is definitely going to be the season of seeing if I want to keep any of these liners. So these are going to be the 5 that I focus on. 6. Wow, can't count. It was 5, and then I added this for 6. Let me know if you have any of these or if you got them. I know the Odin's Eye, a lot of people were disappointed, so we'll see how they are. Maybe now that they've dried a little bit, they'll last in the waterline longer, but probably not. Total side note, but I found this in this little Katie Jane Hughes and Spectrum bucket of my eyeliners, is the freckle pen from ColourPop. I'm gonna pull this out. I love doing freckles every now and again. All right, another drawer that really needs to be organized a bit more. But look, I did get all of my About Face. Well, I actually just ordered a few more in the recent Ulta sale, but I got most of them into these little lipstick holders, which, by the way, I'll have these and then these right here linked down below. I need to get another of something. I really just want to do a declutter first and then decide what I need to grab for organization. But this is obviously my single shadows, my liquid shadows, liquids and creams anyway. I have some eye primers and or concealers that I use for eye primer, and then some random mishmash in here. So, okay, we're gonna focus on things that I've had for a while and haven't used. So I'm gonna go through these. I'll probably go through some of my Color Fix because I haven't been reaching for those as much. And then maybe we'll go through this random bit over here. The nice thing about having these buckets is I can just pull them up. Let's see, we're grabbing for things that we haven't used in a while, but that we've enjoyed. Okay, definitely going to pull this one out. This is MAC Tan Pigment, right? I should give this its moment in the sun. What else do we have here? I have not used this in a really long time. Do they even make these anymore? Doubtful. This was from Touch in Sol. These are the Medalist eyeshadows. Okay, I think this is going to be a pretty one. This is Hollow Mulberry. This is one of the Medalist eyeshadows from Touch in Sol. Remember, if you have been watching YouTube for a while, you might remember this one. Do I have shadows that I think, like, you know, obviously indie single shadows that are similar to this? Yes. So let's go ahead and give this one a try, see how the formula is, see if it's still, you know, worth using. If it's dry AF, this will be a good one to test out. Okay, Danessa Meyer's Color Fix. So I just found this one over in the depths there. This is one of the foils, and this is the shade Fantasy. I feel like this is the most quote-unquote calm foil shade that I have, and this is going to be a really good way for me to test to see how I'm feeling about the foil formula of these. They do tend to be a little bit finicky just because they dry so fast, so I'm going to try this one out. I'm also going to pull out a classic that I saw here, Latte. This is going to be great for spring. I love this pink that's not like too pink. I could also, of course, like if I want to mix it with Valentine to make it a bit more poppy, that would be fun too. Get in there. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. I love these. You know, I have been using the About Face more just because they're a little bit more user-friendly because they do have more playtime, but these are just so bulletproof. So it's going to be good to reignite my love for these, or I mean, I think it will reignite my love. Maybe I'll decide that I don't love them as much, but it's the foils that I really need to decide if I want to keep the formulas just because they are a little bit fussy. And you know that I love my Sydney Grace when it comes to liquid and or cream eyeshadows. Okay, I can already see that if I get my ish together, I can fit another one of these right here. I haven't decided if I like these better or these. I feel like these ones are easier to fit things in. I just feel like they give you a bit more bang for your buck when it comes to space saving. But these do nestle together nicely. So undecided yet. I will link both down below. If you can hear the shower in the background, my apologies. Jeremy is home. and showering, as people will do when they get homework. So, all right, blush. Actually, this is now blush and highlighter. So we are focusing on things that I have not had a chance to use in a while, or have not pulled out in a while. So let's see, let's get some of these out just to like pull them to the side so I have more room here. As you can tell, my blush drawer is very, very full despite having just done a blush declutter. So, you know what? I honestly, and I know that you'd think, okay, Kelly, you know that your Hourglass blushes are beautiful, but I just really haven't been reaching for them. I do think I also want to pull out a face palette in my drawers down below because I haven't really been reaching for those either. So let's see, which of these? I really should have used this winter because it's quite light. So maybe let's pull out this one. Which one is this one? This is Diffused Heat. So yeah, let's go for this one. I think also I want to pull out, so recently I hauled my very final Makeup Geek order, boohoo, and I had picked up these single pans because these pans of blushes I have not been pulling out. I had them in one big magnetic palette and I just haven't been using them enough. So I wanted to pull these out. So this one, oh, I can actually already tell you what this one is. This is Makeup Geek Pink Lemonade. Makeup Geek, listen to me. Sydney Grace Pink Lemonade. I'm gonna pull that one out. I also have a Pretties for Your Face blush that I have not been utilizing enough. Let's see, I bet this is this, what is it called? Margin? Yeah, Margin from MAC. So let's pull this one in and then I'm gonna go, I'm trying to think of how I can best utilize my Pretties for Your Face since it is a single, but I bet I can figure it out. Hold on just a sec. Okay, so I think it would be good actually, maybe this one I'll wait till summer, but this one, actually I just got this one. Have I worn it yet? I'm not sure. This is Bobbing for Apples, so this is obviously a fall release, but this blush that I just dug my thumb into because I'm looking through my phone and not actually in reality, this is Delilah, and it is such a pretty blush. It has such a beautiful little bit of like a flip or a sheen to it, so I think I'd like to pull that one out. I might maybe grab one of these like sheeny, shimmery things, but I also found this little Makeup Geek palette with my Divina Cosmetics highlights. So I think what I should do is just put a few in this palette, like a few face items in this palette, and then that way I could use these for a bit. So let me go ahead and concoct a little palette situation here. I might swatch out these Divina highlighters first and then see which of these would work best for the spring, and then we'll add in the blush and who knows what else. So from my fingers, we have the Divina highlights in, oh my gosh, am I actually Ozma? Ozma's this one, and then we have Zana, and then Euphoria, and the last one is Adonis. Now, then we have A Promise is a Promise from Pretties for Your Face, and then that blush, the pinkier one. Oh my gosh, I already forgot it. So I do, and I don't remember getting A Promise is a Promise. Like I really don't, but wow, look at those highlights, that Euphoria. I'm gonna have to pull that one out when we get more into summer. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take those two, because I feel like the first two Divina ones are more spring-like, and then I'm gonna take those last two, which are the Pretties for Your Face one, because I literally do not remember A Promise is a Promise. I don't remember getting it at all. So I'm gonna use these. That blush, it looks a little like blah right there, but it is very pretty on the face. So I'm excited to use these. Okay, Delilah. Delilah was the one. So again, the top two are the Divina, and then the bottom two are Pretties for Your Face. Did I bother to wipe out the powder that was in that palette? No, I did not. I do not care. Okay, so that means that I have 3 powder blushes, and we already have 2 powder highlights, but I should definitely pick out one of these others. You know, if you saw my recent highlight declutter, I was talking about how nice the Becca ones are and how I really haven't been utilizing them. So I'm going to pull out, where is my Opal? Is it Opal? Yeah, I want to pull out Opal. Okay, 3 powder highlights. So we have MAC Perfect Topping. I love this one. It's so nice and soft and natural on the skin. We have Becca Opal, and then we have Becca Rose Quartz in the little mini. So these will be good. Let's go ahead and swatch them. I might even swatch the Divina ones again, just so that we can see. Oh, there was also that Pretty Sphere Face one. Wow, that's 6 powder highlights. That might be excessive, but I really need to be using some of these. All right, can I just show what just happened? I wish I'd had the camera rolling. On my pants, and more importantly, on my carpet. I gotta try to get this up without getting it ground into my carpet. Not too catastrophic. I pushed it back in here. The only thing is now I'm worried that it's just gonna keep falling out. I tried to give it a good push, but now I'm worried. Anybody, let me know what you think. Once something falls out of a pan, do you just find that it keeps falling out? Okay, in other news, here are those highlights again. So we have from the fingers, we have Becca Opal, then that's MAC Perfect Topping, Becca Rose Quartz, Divina, let's see, Ozma, and Zana. Zana almost has like a white cast, but I swear it doesn't look like that on the skin. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to see what that wears like, because right now they look like they've got a bit of white, but I've never noticed that on the skin before. And then the last one is A Promise is a Promise from Pretty Sphere Face. Okay, powder bronzers. So I am actually going to pull out my Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced and this Becca Capri Coast. Like I said, I'm trying to pull out the ones that I feel like, although, I don't know, maybe I should pull out. So there is Capri Coast. Let me go ahead and open that, and then I'm going to pull out Butter Bronzer too. Let me see which one is going to be best for spring. Okay, this is so interesting. So the darkest one by my wrist is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Then we have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which almost here looks to have like an olive hue to it, which I would never say that. I don't know if mine has like changed color, but then the one on the very far right is Capri Coast from, or at least Capri. I can't remember if it was Capri Coast or just Capri from Becca. I feel like I should probably take the lighter of the two, and then we can pull out Chocolate Soleil when it's closer into the summer. And I know that I have that Tom Ford, which I think is a little bit more rosy than the two lighters. So I'll be really interested to see how that butter bronzer applies onto the skin, because I really had to kind of like dig my fingers into it to get much to show. But I do remember liking it. It has been a while since I've worn it, so I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, I am now skipping down here to face palettes, of which I really don't have that many anymore. Although, you know what? This is not a face palette. I don't know why it's in here. This is a blush, a very, very pretty blush, which I feel like, and a highlight, which, we can wait until summer for that one. Why do I feel like I had one more of these? I feel like I did, but anyway. So, face palette. I'm getting distracted. Oh, I do love this bronzer. Hold on. This Haus Labs bronzer. I'm actually gonna pull this one out. I loved this formula. I think I like the new formula even better, but this one was super pretty. So I'm gonna pull this one out. Obviously, there's another highlight to be able to use. I've got so many highlights. Oh my gosh, that's fine. We need to start using some of these. So I'm gonna pull this one out. You know what? All things considered, I feel like that's gonna be enough to have out. Like, a face palette is not something I absolutely need to have, although I did want to get some more use out of this. I haven't been using this little My Dream Cheek Trio, so maybe I will pull this one out. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, we have powders taken care of. So, creams. Let's start with the liquid. So I just had this one. I don't know why I already put it back in here. So this is what happens. I had that one in for the last season. I am going to pull these out. I said that I hadn't really been using them, and it's a nice pinky shade. So these Cover FX drops, we'll pull that one out. I'm surprised I'm not grabbing for like one more. Okay, actually, let's pull these out too, because I need to start using those. We'll take the Iconic London, and then, oh my goodness, for cream blushes, so many. So we're going to focus on pulling things out that we haven't been using. I will say, the one thing I want to do, I want to pull this out. I was thinking about returning this because the color is so odd, but I never got around to it. And so I want to try this color to decide if I want to keep it or pass it along, because this toasty shade, it just seemed kind of odd, but it might work. So I did do a try on of these Flower Beauty ultralight blushes in a a makeup play date recently, and I'm curious to see what this one looks like. So I think what I'm going to do is pull out this Honest Beauty and one of my Sydney Grace shades. So I have some Phytosurgeons and some Sydney Grace right here. So let me flip over the Sydney Grace and we can pick one. Okay, they were like sliding all over the place, so I sort of gave up. But this is the Honest Beauty one. I just want to make sure to get something that's not like that. So I can probably, I mean, this isn't the same, but it's sort of in those same lines. So I could go with something more nude or something, ooh, a lot more pink. Okay, so we have Redwood National Park. I feel like this was fairly deep, or this is My Love. I am gonna go, I think spring is just such a pretty time to be wearing like bright flush cheeks. I mean, you know me, any time of year is a great time to be doing that, but I'll pull these two out, and then of course if there's a day where I'm like, oh, I just want something more nude, then I know that I have this one in my drawer. All right, for bronzers, if I'm gonna do a cream, I might as well, I should really start going through this one. So this is Nutcracker. It's a beautiful shade. This just blends so easily into the skin. It's really pigmented, but it blends in so nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. And then now it's time to open up my Salt New York palettes and pick out a little quad of shades. Okay, so this was my winter quad. So I had the white adjuster, I think this is called light medium, in the Sculptin bronze. This is rose, and this is beige, I believe. So I think I'm gonna keep the lighter of the Sculptin bronze, but I'm going to pull out lilac to use her because it's great to like mix in, or you can use it as a base layer and add a color on top of. And then I think I'm gonna pull in, should we do this one? I think this is this maple? It's either maple or cocoa, I think. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that that's just a nice option to have in here. Yeah, I think this will be a nice one to have in here. And I bet I could like mix it with the lilac too. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these all together. And then it is time to swatch these. I just realized that I forgot to swatch the powder blushes, but I'm not gonna go back and grab all those because I already put them away, but I will swatch these for you. Okay, possibly the messiest swatches. Well, they're not the messiest ones that I've ever done. So starting from my fingers, we have the iconic London highlight, and then the Cover FX. Then we have that Honest Beauty blush. That is so pretty. I forget how pigmented it is. And then that next one is the Redwood National Park. Why do I feel like, there we go. If I back up, I feel like it's a bit more true to color. So that is a very pretty shade. And then we have the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush. Next to that is the beige shade of the Salt New York Radiant. And then next to that is the light medium Sculptin bronze. It was a very sheer layer that I put on there. Then next to that is those lip and cheek shades mixed together, which are right next to it solely. It is maple and lilac. I think this is going to be great for spring. Can't wait to wear these. Okay, so really quick, let's pick out a primer. So I don't even remember this Vitamin Glow. I should probably use this. This is a Smashbox, vitamins B, C, and E. I should try this out. I don't remember thinking much special about this, I'm not gonna lie, but let's give this a go. That's exactly why we do this. Oh gosh, missed opportunity. I did not use this enough in the dry season. I'm gonna pull this out. My skin's been pretty dry. This is the Rituel de Fille Thorn Oil. So this is the priming facial elixir. I can't believe I didn't pull this one out. Okay, so that's gonna be good. Let's go ahead and go into eyeshadow palettes. My phone is about to die, so I wanna make sure to get this all done. All right, in the first drawer of my eyeshadow palettes. Now I will say I've already selected my spring shadow palette picks. So that video will be coming really soon. I want to pick out a couple more just to celebrate some things that I haven't used in a while. So let's see here. What do we got living in the depths down here? Ooh, let's grab a Glam Shop palette. You know what? I'm pretty sure I put this in last year's spring picks and I did not use it enough. This is obviously the Celadon palette from Glam Shop. That's going to be a good one. All right, let's go down into this bottom drawer. I feel like I can't remember if I used this one. There was a time period where I pulled this one out quite a bit, the Violet Voss. This is the Holy Grail palette. I will open these up in just a second, but I think I might snag that one. You know what I should grab, because I have not used it in a while. I don't know how springy it is, but this California Coast palette. I should pull this one out just for like a somewhat neutral option. I really haven't utilized this one. I just realized that I opened that one up, but I knew I could do that one on one-handed. Do you think I can do this one? I probably can. What was the other one that I picked out? Oh, the Celadon. It's still in the sleeve. That's probably why I didn't want to bother. So we've got a rosy and warm. I really like this. I like the Violet Voss formula a lot. So I'm going to pull this one out. Let me open up that Celadon so we can take a peek. Okay, so here we are. Check this out. This is the epitome of spring. Totally. I am really excited to use this one. This, I think, along with the picks that I grabbed to do my best spring eyeshadow palette video. I know, like I said, this one was in last year and I just kind of want to shake it up a little bit. So that other video will be coming soon, but I am still really excited to use this one in the springtime. I think it's just so nice for that. Although, you know what? When I open these two up, I feel like there are some sort of like crossovers. And I have used this one somewhat recently and not this one. So I think I'm just going to stick, actually. I'm going to stick with this one and then, of course, this one. And, I mean, obviously, if I need a little, like, sexy, more than neutral moment, I can pull this one out, but I think we'll tuck her back. So that will be good along with my other, like I said, my spring shadow palette picks for this year. So everything is locked and loaded. Eventually, my other palette picks will be going right here. And I think that that's good. I think that, you know, at first I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many face products, but I love a good complexion moment in the spring, like a bright cheek. I think it'd be a good time to pull out some of the highlighter, you know, maybe a simple eye or something like that. I also have to say, side note, when I was digging through the eyeliners, not the eyeliners, the lip liners, I was like, wow, clearly I did not need to get 2 of those new Lisa Eldridge lip liners. So yeah, I think those are the last of the lip liners that I will be getting for a long time, because I was like, wow, Kelly, you're a fool. But lip declutter will be coming soon. I might break it up into, you know, who knows, maybe like lipsticks and then lip glosses and lip liners together or something. We'll see how it goes, but I just wanted to say that will be coming eventually. And I hope that you enjoyed getting to see a little peek into my collection and what I will be wearing this spring. All right, lovelies, I hope that you enjoyed these little casual journeys through my collection. This one especially, I was sort of like, this one's a little Blair Witchy, like a little shakier. The audio is like a little sus. Sorry about that, but it's just the easiest way for me to dive through everything is right on my phone, but I need to learn to like not cover up my microphone. At any rate, like I said, I have really been appreciating having a bit of a curated selection of makeup out, and I just want to encourage all of us, myself especially, but all of us to take some time to use the makeup that we have and realize that we probably most of us have a few things that will make us very happy for this season. I would love to know if there's anything that you've really been looking forward to pulling out for this season. You know, I'm all about the pop of color on the cheeks. I mean, all year round, but in the spring, I just feel like it's such a fresh-faced way to like add some color, very quick and easy. It's exactly what I did today. It's probably got rained on a little bit, but I did have a nice ethereal glow earlier today, and I am all about that. All right, lovelies, happy spring. I'll see you really soon.